Anaerobic respiration experiment, one of the most important experiment for essay questions. The main aim of this experiment is to prove that carbon dioxide and heat energy are produced during anaerobic respiration. Actually, microorganisms perform this anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration means respiration taking place in the absence of oxygen. Microorganisms can perform this respiration. Okay, so first for this experiment, we have to take a conical flask and we have to take some glucose solution into it. Actually, glucose solution formula is C6H12O6. We are going to perform this experiment in the absence of oxygen, right? But glucose solution already has oxygen in it. So, for performing this experiment, we have to remove oxygen from this glucose solution. To remove oxygen from glucose solution, we have to heat it. We have to boil glucose solution and then we have to cool it. So by heating and cooling glucose solution, the dissolved oxygen present in it will get removed. And remember one thing, we should not shake glucose solution after that. Why? Because if we shake it, atmospheric oxygen will again enter into glucose solution. Okay. Now we have to confirm whether this glucose solution is get rid of oxygen or not. For that we have to add few drops of diazine green or Janus green B solution to this glucose solution. If oxygen is absent in glucose solution, then it will turn into pink. The blue colored dye which we have added will turn into pink, which indicates that oxygen is in short supply in it. That means oxygen is removed from this glucose solution. Then we can happily continue this experiment. If this blue colored dye continues to be blue, then we have to still more heat that glucose solution. Okay. So after confirmation, now we have to add yeast to glucose solution. Yeast, a microorganism which can perform anaerobic respiration. Then after we have to pour liquid paraffin wax over this glucose solution in order to cut the supply of oxygen, in order to prevent the entry of atmospheric oxygen into glucose solution. Okay, we have to add 1 centimeter thickness of liquid paraffin wax. Okay, now we have to arrange a thermometer into glucose solution to record the temperature, and also a bent tube. One end of bent tube must be in glucose solution and the other end of bent tube must be into a wash bottle containing lime water. It is to test the presence of carbon dioxide, or it is to test the release of carbon dioxide during experiment. Okay, now the setup is ready. We have to leave it few hours for few hours. Then after, we can clearly observe that there is a rise in temperature, which indicates that heat energy is released during this experiment. Okay, actually this experiment was taking place in the absence of oxygen. So in the absence of oxygen also, yeast performed anaerobic respiration and released heat energy. It was clear here. And next, carbon dioxide which is produced during this experiment will pass into wash bottle through this bent tube and enters into lime water, and after that the lime water will turn into milky white. This also proves us that carbon dioxide is released during this anaerobic respiration experiment. So our aim is to prove that carbon dioxide and heat energy are released during anaerobic respiration. So both happen here. Okay, next, if we continue to leave this setup for few more hours, we will get a characteristic smell from this glucose solution, which is a ethanol or ethyl alcohol smell. That means after some time, this microorganism, that is yeast, has completely converted that glucose solution into ethyl alcohol solution. So we can remove this ethyl alcohol solution also from glucose by using a process called as fractional distillation. So in fractional distillation, ethyl alcohol will boil at 70 degrees and it will turn into vapors. So by collecting those vapors, we can separate ethyl alcohol from yeast. So that is about our experiment, anaerobic respiration. Okay, very important question for essays. If you have any doubts, you can ask me here in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Jai Hind.